Good morning to you. The numbers are out for opioid prescriptions nationwide. Coming up, how counties in Montana rank for opioid sales and learn the stores where the most of those addictive pills were sold.
The cleanup of old mine waste near Cook City, Montana has also resulted in the cleanup of Soda Butte Creek here. I'm John Shearer, just outside Yellowstone National Park, and we'll find out why this cleanup is so important to the park.
Good morning to you and happy Friday. I'm Missy O'Malley. Chet Lehman is off today. Matt Elwell has our weekend forecast in just a moment. For the very first time, we're learning how many prescribed opioids are ending up in the hands of Montanans, and the numbers might surprise you. The database tracks every single painkiller sold in the United States, and it just went public. It shows how the flow from drug companies moved through distributors and then onto pharmacies and into the hands of people all over the United States. Now, this data tracks over a 6-year span, tracking the shipments of hydros and oxys. In that time, Montana handed out 245 million opioids in our state. That's more than our neighboring states of Wyoming, Idaho, and North Dakota. The research could shed light on Montanans' overdose deaths. While the CDC says Montana hasn't seen an increase in the overdose death rate in recent years, Montana's state health organization says for every 100 Montanans, there are 83 painkillers prescribed each year. Now let's take a look at the data from our 7 largest counties. Yellowstone County saw 38 million opioid pills move into the patient's hands, followed by Flathead County with 32 million. Missoula County had 29 million, Cascade with 24. Then came Lewis and Clark County with 15 million. Gallatin County came in with 13 million. Butte Silverbow with 11. Now here's where things get really interesting. Although Yellowstone County had the most pills, it was a pharmacy in Kalispell that handed out the highest number of pills with 4.1 million opioids. Now this is compared to the Billings Walmart pharmacy where 2.9 million pills were handed out. Of course, you can find all of this data on our websites. And managers from state and federal agencies gathered near Cook City yesterday to mark a milestone. MTN's John Shearer was there and explains why they were celebrating.
This is the bucolic Lamar Valley. National Geographic calls it the American Serengeti because of the large number of animals that gather here. In fact, right now there's a big bison herd out alongside the river. A river that has held an environmental secret for more than a century. One of its main tributaries, Soda Butte Creek, has been polluted with sulfide runoff and heavy metals from an old mine near Cook City. But no more.
All the iron and copper and lead that was associated with the mill site is now gone.
It's so clean now that the creek has been removed from the impaired water bodies list.
It was the first abandoned mine lands project to be delisted as a result of a cleanup.
The delisting of Soda Butte Creek is a huge milestone.
So they pumped water out of the shallow aquifer underlying the tailings, which then brought the contaminated water down into that aquifer, ran it through the water treatment plant, discharged it into Soda Butte Creek, and allowed the tailings to dry out.
It was expensive, $25 million, and it took 18 years to finish the work of cleaning up pollution dating back nearly 100 years, perhaps even more. But now, fishermen take newly returning cutthroat trout from not far downstream.
I think it's great. It's a beautiful place, and to make sure it's pristine the way it was intended to be is a great effort.
And no easy effort either. Early on, biologists took samples of the creek water in tanks and then put fish in those tanks.
And they couldn't keep the fish alive for 24 hours.
Now, the cleanup of Soda Butte Creek, which you see right here, was time-consuming and expensive. But it was also high priority because these waters flow into the oldest national park. Near Cook City, just outside Yellowstone National Park, I'm John Shearer for MTN News.
Now, also honored at that ceremony in Cook City was the project leader, Dr. Tom Henderson. He was a scientist for the DEQ, and he passed away just before that project was completed.
Wow.
Incredible. What a incredible story.
Yeah.
I'm glad John was there for the celebration. That man is absolutely no stranger to Yellowstone National Park, and I love when he can bring us those other stories.
And it's interesting, that's a very popular fishery, Soda Butte area.
Right.
So, yeah. That's good.
Their history.
It really is.
Quite
Hey, let's talk about the weather.
Yeah, let's do it.
Temperatures trying to warm up as you head into the afternoon, but it's not going to do a great job at that. Temperatures right now into the 40s and 50s. Part of the problem is we had a cold front roll through the area over the last day or so that's dropped the temperatures. The early morning may be a little cool, but it's still windy for the afternoon. Daytime highs well below average once again. We'll see the temperatures stay fairly steady for the next couple of days. A complete look at your forecast coming up.
Thank you for that, Matt. And let's keep talking about the weather. Record-setting dangerous temperatures are expected to affect millions of people across the United States. And as CBS News' Laura Podesta reports, forecasters say the heat wave will hit central and eastern parts of the U.S. the hardest and last throughout the weekend.
It's all hands on deck in Chicago as the city prepares to take care of its youngest and eldest residents, the most vulnerable to heat stroke.
We have a coordinated, collaborative, and comprehensive response.
Chicago's temperatures have been hovering in the upper 90s all week and could climb near triple digits Saturday.
Best thing to do during a heat wave is stay out of the sun when possible, stay hydrated, stay in cool areas.
He's talking about the majority of the U.S. population. More than 200 million people are under heat alerts from the central U.S. to the northeast.
The New York City Triathlon, scheduled for this Sunday, was canceled for the very first time in the event's history. Organizers say it was due to the forecasted oppressive heat and humidity.
Some athletes say they're relieved.
Part of me was hoping that it would have been canceled, but I wasn't sure that they would actually do it.
It's not just people who are seeking relief. Animals, from these cows in Wisconsin to this panting red panda in Virginia, are hoping this heat wave breaks, and soon. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Now, by the weekend, cities in at least 14 states are expected to catch a break with their high temperatures with a colder front moving in. And it looks like things are back to normal at Pro Chiropractic in Belgrade and in Bozeman. However, Wednesday was a different situation, with armed federal agents serving papers and conducting an investigation. Federal agents from the IRS were on the scene escorting employees out of the office at both locations. An IRS agent told us that they were there on official business and they couldn't tell us anything else. Gallatin County Sheriff added that the IRS was serving the business paperwork. Now, the business's owner wrote on their Facebook page saying he did not wish to jeopardize the ongoing investigation and he could not comment at that time. And the number of people coming into Gallatin County and Bozeman is amazing. On average, about 10 people a day are moving to the county, and it's affecting everyone who lives here, whether it's while they're trying to drive down Main Street or trying to rent a car. MTN's Cody Boyer tells us about the city's growth policy and how it hopes to address the problem.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
If you were looking for a rental car in Bozeman, this is a familiar sound.
We appreciate your patience during this short delay.
That's because they are booked solid.
So I was just curious if you had any cars that were available anytime soon.
We are still fully booked today.
I called 3 different agencies in the area, all with the same answer. On top of that, rates have skyrocketed. Journey Rent-A-Car in Four Corners is another that's seen the business bump for over a month.
By Wednesday of every week, that next weekend's cars are just already reserved out.
All of this another sign of a growing demand and population throughout the valley. Bozeman Deputy Mayor Chris Mell says that's why the growth policy has its name, governing land use.
The idea is how do we keep the quality we have and then add to it without lessening that quality that we want, but also knowing that we've got to build a lot of apartments, a lot of townhouses.
And it's not just car rental services feeling it.
In Bozeman at least, about 55% of residents rent. We're college towns, so Flagstaff, Bozeman, are the reverse of national. Nationally, about 55 to 60% own.
So whether you are moving to the area to stay, or you're one of those folks who is just looking for a rental car but can't, the deputy mayor says this updated growth plan could give it more room in the future to make doing both of those things easier.
If we're building the right amount of houses at the right amount of time in the right places, on major roads, allowing for places for businesses to grow to support those new people will be more stable.
Mel says keeping up to date with a growing growth is essential.
It's going to affect businesses. It's going to affect how much you pay for gas to get to your job, how safe it is for your kid to walk to school.
The new and improved growth policy has gone through 2 public sessions, with 2 more planned for the future. Those will happen after Labor Day. In Bozeman, Cody Boyer, MTN News.